In this video, you'll learn everything you need to know about programming. From normal modifiers to context items, you'll be able to customize your system to fit any customer's needs. To understand programming, we need to think of any request a customer can make to an item and how we can make it possible to order it with the simple tap of buttons. Now let's start the process. It's faster to program the modifiers first, so when you create the menu item, you just attach the modifiers and go. Let's take a look at the menu here. We program based on the menus we get sent, and the modifiers come from the descriptions. No descriptions, no modifiers. We'll be programming the All-Star Burger. It comes with ketchup, a beef patty, lettuce, onions, tomato, cheddar cheese, and mayo. Now, let's create our included ingredients modifier. We use this modifier to show what ingredients are defaulted so we can easily tap and remove on the point of sale. To create a modifier, first type in the name. Keep in mind customers ordering online will see the modifier name. Show modifier name. We usually have disabled selected, which means the modifier name will not show the name of the modifier on the POS screen or the kitchen ticket. If you select ticket screen, it will only show the modifier name on the POS ticket screen. If you select kitchen, it will only show the modifier name on the kitchen ticket /KDS. If you select both will show the modifier name on both the kitchen ticket, KDS, and POS ticket screen. Minimum choices. This makes a modifier forced or not by entering the amount required to select on the modifier. For example, if you input 0, you do not have to select any ingredients. If you input 1, the POS will force you to select one ingredient from this modifier. Maximum choices. You have the option to enter the maximum amount of choices that are able to be selected. If you input 0, you will be able to choose an unlimited amount of ingredients from this modifier. If you input 1, you will only be able to choose up to one ingredient from this modifier. In the number of included ingredients field, you will have the option to enter in the number of ingredients that are included without charging. If you have defaults applied to the item, they will not apply to the included count. Allow half and half. When this is checked, this option allows you to choose half and half ingredients in the modifier group. This option is typically used more for pizza-like items. When this option is selected, a new option for multiplier will appear so you can charge your half and half ingredients accordingly. Allow duplicate ingredients. When this is checked, this option will allow you to add the same ingredient multiple times. This option will be grayed out unless you have 2 or more entered in the maximum choice option. Allow substitutes. When this option is checked, it will allow you to substitute any default ingredients that are selected on the item. This option will allow you to substitute a default ingredient for another ingredient in this group with no cost. Ignore minimum choices. When this option is checked, this will allow you to ignore the minimum choices set at the POS level. This will not apply to online ordering, app ordering, or on the kiosk. An example of this is on the POS, the staff member would be able to bypass the minimum amount, but when ordering online, the customer would still have to select the minimum amount of ingredients. Button color will allow you to change the color of the button that will show on the POS for the ingredients in this modifier. You have the option to select a color in the color wheel or a color in the boxes. Now, let's list out all the default ingredients. Like I mentioned before, we program based on a menu's descriptions. All you need to do is type in the ingredients and press enter to make it an ingredient. If there's an ingredient already in the system, just click it and it goes into the modifier. We won't be putting in cheddar cheese or the beef patty because they can be swapped out with other ingredients. After we have all the ingredients that are defaulted for this item in the modifier, press save. You can assign a modifier to a menu item directly in the modifier screen, but it will show up on the very bottom unless there's a modifier already assigned to that item. These two boxes on the bottom, available online, and in-store e-commerce, they will always be checked. Uncheck them if you don't want customers to see the modifier online, kiosk, or skip the line. If you want to organize by alphabetical order, tap the name button and the arrow indicates whether they're listed A through Z pointing up or Z through A pointing down. Now, let's create our cheese choice modifier. If we want to create a new modifier, we have two options, new and duplicate. If we press duplicate, it will create a new modifier, but all the settings will be saved except the name. Now, all we have to do is type in the types of cheeses the restaurant offers. We make this modifier to make it easy for people that want to swap out the default cheese. I'm making this a forced modifier so they always have to choose if the customer wants cheese or not. Every restaurant is different though. Usually, the menu tells us what types of cheeses they have, but this menu only says cheddar comes on all their sandwiches. But for right now, we'll add other options. Always have a no option for forced modifiers, so if a customer does not want to pick a cheese, they can press no. You can also click and drag to reorder ingredients in a modifier as well. Now, if we take another look at the menu, we see that we can swap a regular beef patty for a veggie or a chicken patty for an upcharge. With that being said, let's create our protein choice modifier. To add a price to a modifier, all we need to do is type in the price where default price is. We just got informed that this restaurant offers a pretzel bun or a lettuce wrap for an upcharge if they don't want a normal burger bun. Now we can make a bun choice modifier to attach to all burgers just in case if a customer wants to swap it out. Now we're finally on our last modifier, sides. Let's say it's an upcharge to swap out a baked potato or sweet potato fries instead of regular fries. Now we're finally ready to create our first menu item. Name is where you type in the item name, but you can also do a short name. The short name is shown on the POS button and the kitchen ticket. The description, we usually copy and paste what the menu says. Customers see the description online. You can also see the description on the POS with the large tile view. Here are the three views for the point of sale. This is the default, it's just the normal menu item name. The second view is the picture and name view. If there was an image uploaded, it would show in the gray box. Now we have the last view, description view. This is helpful for new servers that can read what comes with a certain item, or we can use this to type drink recipes for bartenders. Now let's get back to programming. SKU is where you enter the SKU, if using. Price, enter the price of the item. Cost. You can enter the cost to make the actual item as well. In the tax field, you have the option to choose one of three options. Taxable. The item's price does not include tax. The tax will be added as a separate line item on the receipt. Tax exempt. No tax will be applied to this item. Tax included. The item's price already includes tax. This allows you to present your customers with a flat price. Non-revenue. If selected, the item will not report to revenue. This is used mainly for gift cards. Alcohol. If selected, it flags this item as an alcohol purchase. There are 4 options for measurement: per unit, weight per ounce, weight per pound, and per minute. Per unit charges the item by the number of units entered. Weighted per pound. This charges the item by pound. When priced per pound, this can work with or without a weight scale. Weight per ounce. Charges the item by ounce. When priced by ounce, this can work with or without a weight scale. Per minute charges the item by minute. You can use this for pool tables or bowling alleys. Default course will allow you to apply a course number to the item automatically. If you add a default course to the item, it can be changed in the POS at any time. Prevent discounts. This feature will restrict the item from having its price changed via discount or adjustment. Miscellaneous item feature will set the item price to be customized on the point of sale. This option is used for open items that do not have a designated price. If Hide on Receipt is selected, the item will not show its name and price on the customer receipt. This option will only work when the price of this item is $0. In the Stored Value field, you will have the option to choose one of the following 3 options: Disabled, Gift Card, and Account Payment. Disabled is the most commonly used setting for menu items. Gift Card. If the item that you are creating is for a gift card to be sold, you will need to select Gift Card. Account Payment. If the item that you are creating is to pay off a house account, this is still being worked on and not available yet. Tippable. If checked, this will allow the item to contribute to service charges, auto gratuities, and suggested tip amounts. If separate seats are checked, when this item is added to a ticket, it will always add the item to the new seat. If Prompt for Quantity is checked, when this item is added to a ticket, the point of sale will prompt for quantity. If Entree is checked, this will show on the info screen, point of sale, and will contribute to the entree reporting. In the half and half pricing field, you will have the option to choose one of the following 3 options: None, Most Expensive Half, and Step Pricing. None will leave half and half pricing turned off. Most Expensive Half. Allow the point of sale to check the total of all ingredients across the modifiers on each half. The most expensive half will retain the prices while the lower half will be zeroed out. Step Pricing. First ingredient on half will get charged, next ingredient is not charged, next ingredient would be charged, next not charged. Report Category is custom grouping that you can associate to menu items. Kitchen Group is where you select which printer the item will be going to. We have Expo defaulted for all food items. In the Tags field, you have the option to select from a drop-down list of tags that you already have created. We always pick tax and carryout tax for all drinks and alcohol. An attribute describes if the item has any allergies, spice level, or a part from an award-winning group. Sizes is a forced option for a customer to pick the size they want. You can default a size as well. Sections is where a menu item will show up in the point of sale. You can have multiple sections for one item. You must have at least one section assigned to an item for the item to show up on the point of sale. Now we can finally build our burger. The rule of programming is to stack the modifiers the way an item is made. Since it's a burger, we put meat temperatures first. Then we have the protein choice and default beef patty. Now we have cheese choice, and we'll default to cheddar because cheddar comes with the burger. Next is all the default ingredients that comes on this burger. By tapping the ingredients, it becomes defaulted. To complete the burger, we'll add the bun choice modifier and default the burger bun. And finally, we have our sides modifier and the default french fries. Then we add our general modifier to all items on the point of sale. Now we just pick the color we want the button to be in the point of sale. Using specific hours will make an item unavailable out of specified hours in store. Available online is if you want the item to be seen online by customers. Available for kiosk, skip the line if you want this item to be seen by the kiosk and skip the line orders. And finally, the most important step is to save. If we wanted to add a photo to this menu item, just click Set Image in the gray box. All of these photos are defaulted in the system, but you can upload your own photos by pressing the plus button. To finalize all your changes and make it visible to the point of sale, hit the Publish button in the top right. Since we published, let's take a look at our item on the point of sale. With our default modifiers, it makes it easy to swap out other ingredients. Now let's create context item and sub-items. Sub-items create another hidden modifier window. Under the sides, the baked potato has butter, sour cream, and cheese included. But what if someone doesn't want butter or cheese? This is how we create a modifier inside of a modifier. First, we need to create an included with baked potato modifier. So we type in butter, sour cream, and then cheese. Then we press save. Now we have to create our actual sub item. Go to the Item tab and create a new item. The item name will not be visible. I usually name it the same as the modifier. Don't worry about the price. All we need to fill out is report category, kitchen group so it will print, add tax, then attach the modifier. Don't add it to a section since we don't want this item to be visible. Now, all we need to do is default the ingredients. Next, we attach the sub-item to the ingredient baked potato. Let's go to our side modifier and click the I button to view the ingredient. Now we attach the item to the ingredient under sub-item. And that's it. Press save to confirm and publish to make it public. The last thing to go over is context items. We use context items for an extra step to describe an ingredient. Example, crispy, extra, on-side, light. Let's add some ingredients to on-side. All we do is add the ingredients we want to have the option to put on-side. The multiplier option means if the ingredient is charging a price in the modifier it's assigned to, it will multiply with the price in the multiplier. There's no multiplier attached to on-side because there's no charge difference if a customer wants a certain ingredient on the side. For example, a side of fries costs $3. If we attach the side of fries with the extra context item and the multiplier is 2, it will charge $6 only if we press extra. Now let's take a look at the point of sale. Look at the 3 dots under ketchup. That means that there's a context item attached to that ingredient. Hold the ingredient button for a couple seconds to view the context item. In the modifier, to swap sweet potato fries instead of french fries is $2, but when we press extra, it charges double. Now let's see our sub-item under baked potato. When you press an ingredient that has a sub-item attached, another window will pop up to the right of the main window. With the sub-item, we now can have an extra step to take off included ingredients. We usually use sub-items when customers order a side salad and we need to pick a dressing. And that's the basics of programming. Since we've already made one item, we can now duplicate and create multiple sandwiches quick. When duplicating an item, it saves everything but the name and description. This makes it easy to create a whole section at a time since all modifiers will still be attached and all you need to change is the included with modifier. Let's create this chicken sandwich real quick. All I need to do is type in the name and description. Our all-star burger was $15, but the chicken sandwich is only $10, so we'll change the price. We don't need meat temps on chicken, so we'll swap that out for a chicken style modifier. So if the customer wants grilled chicken, we can swap it. We will also swap out the included with all-star burger modifier and swap it with the included with chicken sandwich modifier. And that's it! As long as you follow these steps, you'll be able to program like a pro. Thank you for watching. Please leave video ideas in the comments.